So welcome back to the Smacks Banana, and today we'll be talking about the Tf2, how to use actually the Tf2 Outpost. Before I actually continue, I really am sorry about the huge late delay for the uploading of a video in my channel, which usually takes about for those that actually just joined, welcome to the family. Usually I will actually upload videos maybe tend to be a week, but of course lesser during the holidays. So really hope you guys really understand, especially with school. I'm really pinned down with huge projects as well as tons of homework. So I probably just came back and really excited to actually start posting the walkthroughs on how to actually use the Tf2 Outpost. So, and of course, really thank you so much for that huge support with total of 715 subscribers currently, and thank you so much for supporting my channel. So without further ado, let's start off with talking about how to use the Tf2 Outpost. So when you actually first, so I actually will post the description below on the website link of tf2outpost.com. The reason why I actually decided to actually share this website is because this website has a huge TF2 trader community that is willing to buy and of course sell their own items for a specific offer. So what's the difference between TF2 Outpost as well as backpack.tf? It's actually pretty similar. It's kind of similar in the sense that both players are actually trading items for another item. And however, the main difference is that backpack.tf actually has a clearer, more statistical information about the prices of the item, which is posted by contributors in backpack.tf. But for Tf2 Outpost, when you want to buy an item, it's best to actually compare with backpack.tf prices as well. So without further ado, let's start. So when you actually enter the Tf2 Outpost, you actually sign in via Steam here, and once you actually click it, it will actually bring you to this site, which will be a profile. The main functions of using Tf2 Outpost would be trading. That's the first one, and of course, secondly, checking the prices of items, especially for unusuals. It's a very great place to actually check. So let's say let's start off with the first purpose, which will be adding new trade. So if you want to really sell the items, it's another good platform to actually sell, to reach out to more players as well. Okay, so for example, I would actually like to sell tinge. I sell all my tinge painted items. Okay, let it load for a while. Okay, it's back. I really wanted it to really drink some water and relax, but it came pretty quickly. Okay, so anyway, so let's start with tinges. Okay, so once it's actually, so for each trade, you have 8 slots to actually place the items that you really want to sell. And of course, don't worry, you actually have a total of 10 trades. You can actually make total, you can sell 80 items, which is still not bad. So once you're actually done, once you place the items that you really want to sell, and of course you can actually place the items that you really want. For example, let's say I want to sell the bruised bandana for, maybe let's say I want to sell it for a key, so you can actually place a key here, and of course the items that for desired for the bruised bandana. However, if let's say things get a little difficult, for example, I want to buy tyrant sell for maybe 2 keys. I do not know how that works, but generally people don't place the prices of each item here because it's very what's that word called, confusing as well. A lot of steps to take to actually place the accurate number here. So people generally will actually place the prices, most Tf2 users will actually place their prices, definite prices, at the notes below, because it's much more easier rather than place individual items and then select them. It's very long and tedious. So for example, I would like to sell my bruised bandana for maybe a key. So what does this actually do? You can actually kind of ignore it. However, you can actually, it's best to actually place an item here, because if not, the trade won't. Like, give me an example. If there is nothing here, you cannot actually create the trade. You see, it doesn't allow you. So maybe you can create. Maybe you can entice people to say to your trade. So I would sometimes put a scrap to hey, especially to a lot of traders. Whoa, it's such a good deal, isn't it? So however, most prices are actually listed at the notes rather than the top. So I don't know what is that actually for nowadays. Okay, so I'd like to buy Prism for 1 key. So Tyrant Helm, maybe 1 key as well. Okay, fuck this. The song is too slow. Okay, I'm gonna change song, so pardon me. Okay, this is more like it. Well, the energy is now reviving in me. And of course, okay, so once we've actually done with all the prices for these items, so I'm gonna put all the random prices. These are just examples, so you don't really have to follow it. Okay, I'm gonna put golden pen, unusual, team captain, dead president. So these are items that these by placing these it actually shows what are the items you actually are selling for. So it's actually pretty simple, isn't it? So maybe I'll sell it for maybe 1 refine, 7 for maybe a scrap, and of course the last one, I don't know, what shall I sell? Okay, maybe a simple key. Okay, so do not trade me up because I'm going to close this trade. I said as an example. So no, I'm not actually selling that at a very cheap price. Your dreams. But in any case, once it actually plays this, once it's actually done with kind of the pricing, there are some rules that, some tips to actually help you to actually get the desired item easily. So and much faster. So the first way I want to actually put in my Steam trade URL, trade offer URL. To find this, I actually will post a video to how to actually get your trade offers. So do watch that video. I actually have done a very simple process of how to actually find your trade offer URL. Yes. Okay. So once you actually place your URL, okay, the reason I forgot to mention, people generally place their trade offer URL so that they can actually trade much faster instead of doing an extra step, which is actually to add the person and even have to converse the person what he's actually paying. So it technically takes a huge lots of time compared to a Steam trade offer, which the other person will just accept or decline. Very simple. So once that is done, some common trade terms that people often use to actually get the desired item, because sometimes people tend to actually pay items. So let's say if you really dislike getting items, especially me, I don't like to sell the items again and again and again without earning any profit. So I would usually just put pure. It's so much easier. Once you get pure, that is done. You don't have to care about new items to sell. But if you can actually profit if they're paying you in items, because pure in the trader term is worth more than an item worth a key compared to a Tf2 key. So okay, all these new terms, if they're very confusing to you, do leave a comment below and I'll actually create a new video on this. Really apologize. But in other words, generally in a Tf2 economy term, pure, in other words, the currency of Tf2 is generally higher than the value of the items. Okay, so once I've actually done, I will actually put here pure or item overpay 30%, especially if you want profit, because selling items is actually takes a really long time and you definitely need that amount. Therefore, I decided to do this. And of course, if you don't like to people to actually bargain, you can actually just put no negotiation allowed. And so once that is done, your trade is absolutely set up to the best of standards and of course the items that you want, and now you can actually finally create the desired items and offers that you really want. So for example now, so you'll bring you back to your trade, and this is where you actually see the perspective of the customer or maybe the players as well looking at your offer, and then of course you see whether is it actually correct. So once that is done, you can actually, let's say if you actually sold the Vintage Tyrolean and Extraordinary Abundance of Pinch, you can actually close the item. Usually that is the trader's etiquette, because you don't really like people to actually open their trade and realize, hey, thanks for wasting my time, idiot, for not closing the item. So generally that's the trader's etiquette. And of course once you sold all the items, okay, let's say I sold all the items, you can just actually close the trade to see that, hey, I sold everything and I'm done with this trade. So now so it's definitely pretty simple, isn't it? And of course, now we move on to the second function, how to actually search for an item that you really want. So all you have to do is if you click on this magnifying glass right here, it actually brings you to a search panel, and of course again you have to name the item that you really want. For example, I would like to have 50 shades of grey bands, and of course you can actually just type the word grey band here and it will actually appear. Do note where you actually position the item. For example, if you really want to buy a grey band, you should actually search here. And of course, if you want to sell a grey band, I mean, yeah, looking for buyers, you can actually put the grey band here. So don't get confused. I think you guys are actually pretty smart and you will actually kind of get it. So of course, if you don't get it, do leave your comments below. I'll definitely try my best to actually help you out as much as possible. So once you're actually done with that, click search. And of course, you actually be able to see what are the offers that people are actually selling for. For example, he's selling at as you can see, people are selling grey bands at 1 key. Grey bands at 1 key 8 refined. Let's see, and of course, and generally, like I said, like I mentioned, you will actually check the prices based on the notes here, rather than here. It's very, very confusing. Yes, I know. So, but usually just look at the notes. I think that would be the easiest way to actually look at it. So let's say I want to buy, let's say grey bands, which is at the 7th note here, the 7th item here. So you put grey band, gold 11 refined. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you place it here, and that is how much it's actually selling for. Pretty easy, isn't it? Although it will generally be a little bit confusing. Okay, so let's say you really want to buy, a grey band, but without any paints. Just, I forgot to mention, you can actually do that. So you actually enhance the accuracy of the search. Okay, you can have quality. For example, I want to buy a strange grey band, genuine grey band. You can also set the quality. And of course, you can search for, especially there are so many items we painted. You can just put no paint. And of course, you can start with your search. And of course, you can actually see how much people are selling for. In this case, 8 refined. See, way cheaper now. And of course, grey bands for 10 refined. And of course, and so on and so forth. So it's pretty easy to actually search for the item. And of course, you'll see an item that you like, but you don't know the name as well. You can also click here, let's say last breath, and of course you can click on sellers and buyers to see what are their rates they're looking for. So it's actually pretty simple to actually use Tf2 Outpost. And of course, I'll probably be releasing some advanced guide on how to use the Tf2 Outpost. All the nitty-gritty stuff that normal traders wouldn't actually use. So I hope that really helps out, with this Tf2 Outpost tutorial. If there's anything I can improve on this video, do leave your comments below. It will be greatly appreciated. So that's it from me, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. And of course, do leave a thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to my channel. And I forgot to mention, always in every video, I actually have a new Instagram account, which I will also link it in the description below. So do follow me on Instagram, and see you guys in the next video. Peace out.